Good morning, everyone. How are you all?
Fine. Good morning. Good morning,
Very good
ma'am.
morning. Very good morning.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing good. What about you all?
Good.
Fine. All right. Are you all ready with your literature textbook and notebook?
Yes.
All of you, please make sure about
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. As you all know, we are going to start our periodic test 2, PT2 examination from 27th.
Ma'am, there is written exam.
PT2 is MCQ, my dear, multiple choice questions. Okay. So today we are going to start with our revision. Okay. Those lessons that are a part of PT2 examination, we have taken them some days back, right? So I need to be sure that you all have understood everything and remember what you have learned. So for that, revision plays a very important role. A very, very important role actually. Okay. I want all of you to be very attentive in the session because for the MCQ test, questions from within the lesson also will be asked. So make sure that you all go through the entire lesson thoroughly. Okay? Do not miss any word of the lesson. Questions are not going to come only from the exercises of the same. From within the lesson also, the questions may be asked, as this is an MCQ exam. Did everybody understand what I said just now? Yes? Okay. Who all have the habit of reading the lessons regularly? Though we do read them in the class. Many a times we have already read the lessons, but at home, do you continue with the practice? Yes. I cannot see all the hands raised.
Ma'am, some stories I read in my house.
Yes. All the lessons must be read by you. Okay, regularly. Not just one time you read it and finish. No. Does reading one time make everything get imbibed or inscribed in your brain? No, it doesn't. You must read multiple times. Then only you will be able to remember all the incidents narrated in the stories that you learn. Got it? Did everybody understand? Yeah, okay. So my dear children, as I have already said just now, we are going to start with our revision and we start with lesson number 9. Lesson number 9, the title of which is, sorry?
The foolish fish.
The foolish fish, yes. Lesson number 9, the foolish fish. I want all of you to be on page number 3. Page number 3.
Ma'am, and I read Harry Potter book.
Okay. Let us do a quick revision about the poets. Remember the Taylor sisters, the poets of this beautiful poem titled The Foolish Fish are Anne Taylor and Jane Taylor. The names itself inform us that they are related to each other. And let me once again remind you that Anne and Jane Taylor were sisters. They were sisters. Okay. Both were well-known English poets as well as children's authors. Authors means people who write books are called authors. And the Taylor sisters used to write books especially for children, children's authors. Okay. Some of the few other very well-known works of the Taylor sisters are Meddlesome Matty, The Way to Be Happy, The Violet, and The Star. All this is just extra information. And this is the hero of the poem. Do you remember the hero? Yes, who was actually a foolish hero, right? That is why the title of the poem is The Foolish Fish. A person who behaves like a fool without thinking and acting is called a foolish person or foolish animal in this case. So this is the hero of the poem, the little trout. Are you able to recollect? The little trout. Okay, and these are things which will come in between. Okay. Aradhya, unmute your device and read the first stanza of the poem.
Dear mother, said a little fish, is that a worm I see? I am very hungry and I want.
And I wish.
You get.
You apostrophe D is to be read as you would. You would.
You get the worm for me, sweet fish, the mother called.
Cried.
Right. And started from her corner. That worm you see in that there to hide. The sharpness of a
hook. H-O-O-K, hook. The sharpness of a hook. The sharpness of a hook. That's enough. That's enough. Only the first two stanzas. Thank you, Aradhya. You're trying to read well. Okay. So in the first stanza of the poem, we understand that this poem is about a little fish whom we just saw, right in the image? A little cute fish. And one day, as he was playing around, swimming in the water, he called out to his mother and asked, "Dear mother, I can see something there far away. Is that a worm I see?" He had a doubt about what he was saying there. So he called out to his mother and asked her, "Is that a worm that I see there? I'm very hungry. I'm feeling very hungry and I wish that I could just catch it and eat it." The little fish was not sure about what he was looking at. That is why he wanted to make sure about it from his mother. Mother, hearing her little fish's, the baby's words, replied, "Sweet fish," and she started from her corner. She got a little worried. She was worried. She was scared about the safety of her little child. And so as soon as she heard the little fish's voice, she started from her corner. Out of fear, she was scared. So she started from her corner. And she told the little fish, she explained, "That worm you see there is to hide a hook." What was the worm hiding inside it? Yes, the worm was hiding a Prarthana. What was the worm hiding inside it?
A hook.
Sentence.
The worm was hiding a hook.
Yes, very good. The worm was hiding a hook. And actually, what of a hook was the worm hiding? Something of a hook. Yes, Reeve. The worm was hiding the sharpness of a hook. Very good. The worm was hiding the sharpness of a hook. Okay. Anthony, unmute and read the third stanza, number 3. Anthony, what happened? Unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Read the third stanza. As I have heard.
The little
trout. Y-O-U-N-G, young.
Young and
Foolish too.
Foolish too. And
Presently,
he still went down
out
to
learn
what
might be
cool.
true. Anthony, I want you to read the same stanza one more time. Come on. Try to read it a little more fluently.
As I
have heard,
had the little crowd
trout, yes,
was young and foolish too. And presently he
continue. He still
went out to learn what
might be
true.
What might be true? Okay, fine. Fine, Anthony. I request you to practice reading regularly at home as well, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Do it. You're fumbling to read most of the words. So read regularly. Okay. Now the poet next tells us that she has heard that the little trout was young, very young, of a tender age, of a small age, and foolish too. Foolish. Foolish means, who can tell me the meaning of foolish? Foolish. Think. Yes. When we don't think and do any particular step, that is called foolishness. Whenever we take any particular action, we must think before it. Because if we don't think before acting, our action may go wrong. Okay? So never let that happen. Always think and take whatever step you plan to take. All right? Abu Tahir, wash your face and sit straight. Go wash your face and come. Okay. Was young and foolish too. And presently he still went out to learn what might be true. In the second stanza of the poem, we have understood that when the little fish asked his mother about the worm that he saw, his mother told him that the worm may be hiding the sharpness of a hook. Did the little trout believe his mother? No, he did not. He still went out without listening to the instructions given by his mother. He still went out because he wanted to check whether what his mother told him was true or not. Okay. He still went out to check whether his mother was telling him the truth or not. Let us see what happened then. Jovak, continue reading the fourth stanza.
Yes, ma'am. Around about the worm, he prayed and gave it a hard, long look. Dear me. To himself he said, I am Sure, there is no hook.
Mm.
I think I will give one little bite.
Mm.
And what
That was what?
was what he did.
Mm.
And the,
And thus
that he
died. Mm.
that little fish
Mm.
by not
By not doing,
doing as he was told.
by not doing as he was told.
Told.
Okay, fine. Jovak, you're trying to read. Thank you. But practice reading regularly, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, good. So, as I told you just now, the little fish decided to have a look and check for himself whether whatever his mother said that was true or not. So he went near the worm and he played around the worm many times. He just swam around the worm to make sure that it is actually a worm, and gave it a hard, long look. Hard, long look means to look at something continuously for some time. To look at something absolutely continuously for a particular time period. Hard, long look. And he said to himself, "Dear me, I don't think there is a hook inside the worm." That means he did not believe what his mother had instructed him about, right? Okay. And finally, after swimming around the worm for some time, he said, "Yes, I have decided to give just one little bite to the worm." And that is what he did. And what happened after that? We all know, right? We all know what happened after that. He gave one little bite. He thought, one little bite, what difference is it going to make? And what is the difference that happened? Devanandan, unmute.
He died.
He died, yes. What was the cause of his death?
He did not listen to his mother.
Yes, he did not listen to his mother and he took the action without thinking much about it. Okay. So what is the lesson that we learn from this poem?
Listen to the elders.
Sorry?
Listen to the elders.
Listen to your elders. Always listen to your elders. That is one lesson that we get to know. And the next lesson is never take any action without thinking. We should think about the good things that can happen because of any particular act. We have to also think about the negatives or the wrong things that may happen because of any particular action. Both we must think, and then only after thinking we must take the next step. This is what the little trout has taught us. Hope everyone is able to recollect. Are you? All of you? Yeah, good. Okay, now I will show you a few of the images. Hook. Okay, thank you, Devanandan. What is a hook? Genesia, unmute. What is a hook? Genesia, unmute. What is a hook? Unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
What is a hook?
A metal.
Is it straight? Straight?
No.
No.
Curved.
Curved. Yes, that word is very important there, Genesia. Okay. Complete the meaning. A curved metal.
A curved metal Used to catch fish.
Yes, a curved metal that is used to catch fish. Okay, very good. Abu Tahir, unmute. What kind of fish is mentioned in the poem?
A fish, trout.
Trout.
Yes.
Trout. What kind of fish is mentioned in the poem?
Trout.
A trout, yes. Okay, thank you. Shriveni, unmute. What did the fish see?
The fish see
See. The past tense is?
saw.
Say the answer again.
The fish saw a worm.
The fish saw a worm. Okay, very good. Then what was the worm hiding, Abel? What was the worm hiding? Give me the complete answer, Abel. What was the worm hiding?
Am I come late? That's why I don't
It is okay. It is okay. We are revising lesson number 9. The foolish fish. Try to remember. What was the worm hiding? Yes, Abel. What was the worm hiding? Abel doesn't remember, I think.
Hook.
Hook. Why do you have to just read the word like that? Hook.
Hook.
Hook, not hooker. Hook. Don't drag. Hook. Yeah. What was the worm hiding? Hook. Give me the answer in a complete sentence.
The worm hiding. Hook.
The worm was hiding.
The worm was hiding. Hook.
Something special of the hook, about the hook. What was that? The worm was hiding the worm was hiding the what of a hook? Afreen?
The worm was hiding the sharpness of hook.
Of a hook. Yes, very good. Abel, did you understand? Repeat the answer. Very good, Afreen.
Hook.
Say it again. The worm was hiding.
The worm was hiding sharpness hook.
The sharpness of a hook.
Of a hook.
Yes. Okay, good. Daksha, did the little fish try to eat the worm?
No, a small bite.
That is trying to eat, right? Giving
Yes.
a small bite. When we want to eat something, then only we give it a bite, right? Bite. Yes?
Yes.
So that itself is trying to eat the fish. Okay. So what is your answer, Daksha? Did the little fish try to eat the worm?
The little fish tried to give a bite to that worm.
To the worm. Okay, fine, good. Thank you. Let us revise the word meanings. Farmis, unmute. Please take your rough notebooks, all of you. Farmis, unmute. Tell me the meaning of started.
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 Start.
Meaning, I'm asking, meaning. Mother fish started from her corner. She was scared for the safety of her little baby. So she started from her corner. What is the meaning of started? What is the meaning of started?
Corner.
Started is corner. Corner is one particular corner of a room, of a box, corner. Started means Thomas is not studying. Anom.
Ma'am, moved out of fear.
Yes, the meaning of started is moved out of fear. I want all of you to write and learn each of these meanings 3 times now itself. Right now in your rough notebook. Started means moved out of fear. 3 times. Write the word and in front of it you have to write the meaning. Devdaksh, unmute.
Ma'am,
Yes.
write this.
Yes. Devdaksh, tell me the meaning of hook.
Okay, ma'am. Hook. A sharp. A carved material used
Not
to catch
material,
fish.
metal.
Metal.
A curved metal. What is it used for?
Catch fish.
Used to catch fish. Yes, very good. A curved metal used to catch fish. A curved metal used to catch fish. Okay, Dev, right. Good. Rida,
Thank you, ma'am.
unmute. What is the meaning of trout?
Trout is a freshwater fish.
Yes, you're right. Very good. A trout means a freshwater fish. Freshwater fish. What do we call the water of the sea? Is it fresh water? No. Then what is it?
It is salt water.
Salt water. Yes. Okay. And the water that we drink is?
It's fresh water.
Fresh water. So a trout is actually a freshwater fish. Very good, Rida. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Ananda Krishnan, unmute and tell me the meaning of presently.
Soon after.
Yes, very good. Presently means soon after. Soon, S-O-O-N, soon, A-F-T-E-R, soon after. Presently means soon after. Okay, thank you, my dear. Dulkifil, unmute. Tell me the antonym of sharp. Antonym of sharp.
Blunt.
Sorry?
Blunt.
Blunt. Very good. Spelling?
B-L-U-N-T.
B-L-U-N-T. Blunt. Okay, let's write the next heading. Antonyms. 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 What are antonyms also called?
Opposite.
Opposites, yes. Antonyms are also called opposites. The antonym of sharp is blunt. B-L-U-N-T. Blunt. These also you need to write 3 times and learn. Now, Stain Sijo, unmute. Tell me the antonym of young.
Young, old.
Very good. Spelling?
O-L-D.
Okay, so what will be the antonym of old?
Young.
Sorry?
young.
Yes, very good. Antonyms are always antonyms of each other. Okay, thank you, Stain. Good. Afif, past tense of say,
Said.
spelling.
SAID.
Yes. Okay, good. Aldrin, past tense of die.
Yes, ma'am.
Past tense of die. D-I-E, die. Past tense of die.
Died.
Yes, spelling.
Died.
Spelling.
D-I-E-D.
D-I-E-D. Okay, very good. Thank you. Abu Tahir, past tense of hide. Past tense of hide. Hide. Past tense of hide. Past tense. Spelling of hide. Say the spelling of hide.
HIDE.
H-I-D-E. Hide. Remove the last letter. What is the word that you get?
Ma'am, D.
Remove the last letter, I said. H-I-D-E. Remove the last letter.
Ma'am, E.
Hid. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, you're right. The past tense of hide is hid. Hid. Did you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. The past tense of hide is hid. Okay. Madhudatan,
Yes,
past
ma'am.
tense of hear.
Heard.
Very good. Spelling.
H-E.
A-R. H-E-A-R is the spelling of hear.
Here.
H-E-A-R. And you told me the correct answer. The past tense of hear is heard. So what will this be the spelling?
H-E-A-R.
D. Heard. H-E-A-R-D.
H-E-A-R-D.
D. Heard. Okay. Okay. Good, Madhudatan. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Let me stop sharing. We'll do a quick discussion about the question answers. Rohan, unmute. What was the little fish asking his mother to get for him? Hmm. Hmm.
The little fish asking his mother to get for him. It's a worm.
The worm that he saw. Don't worry, in the next class, we will be writing and learning the question answers also. Today, we will just do we revise the poem and then we discuss the objective type question answers, right? Most of you are trying to answer well. Don't worry, the question answers we can discuss in the next session also. We will be writing and learning them in the class itself. All right? Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Are you able to remember what we have learned in that poem? Yes, you have to remember each and everything. I will make you remember it. Yes. But now I have asked all of you to write and learn some things. Right? The objective type answers. That is the meanings and antonyms I wrote here on the shared screen. But the past tense forms also I want you to write and learn. The same time. One each word and its tense form 3 times. Okay. Will you do it? And you have to show me your rough notebooks with the completed work in the next class. Okay? Yeah, fine. So it is time for me to wind up the session here. Thank you very much. We'll meet in the next class. Bye.